Credit cards can seem simple on the surface. You swipe, you pay, and you move on. But behind the scenes, there are a lot of details that can trip people up, especially in the beginning. Hi, my name is Obi, and I've studied finance for over a decade, and I've also worked in this space for years as well. And even with all that background, I've made plenty of mistakes along the way. In this video, I want to help you avoid some of the mistakes that I've made and ones that I've seen other people make as well. The goal is for credit cards to work for you and not against you. And with that, let's jump right in. Mistake number one is only making the minimum payment. One of the biggest traps people fall into is thinking that the minimum payment is all that they need to focus on. And while technically you won't be considered late if you pay the minimum, you'll still get hit with interest on the rest of your balance. And that interest adds up fast. What a lot of people don't realize is that making minimum payments actually ends up costing you way more in the long run. Let's take this example from Bankrate. Say you have a $1,000 balance with a 17% interest rate and only make the minimum payments, which in this case is 1% of the balance plus new interest. It would take you over 9 years to pay off the debt, and you would pay approximately $857 in interest over that period. That's almost as much as your original balance just in interest. Your goal should always be to pay your full balance to avoid paying any interest on your card. Mistake number two is not reviewing your transactions regularly. One of the easiest ways to lose control of your spending or miss something important is by not checking your credit card transactions regularly. It might seem unnecessary if you're not spending much, but by reviewing your transactions, it helps you spot subscriptions, renewals that you forgot about, purchases you didn't realize added up so quickly, or even charges that you didn't authorize. In fact, according to security.org, 62 million Americans experienced credit card fraud in 2024, resulting in over $6.2 billion in unauthorized charges. By reviewing your transactions regularly, you can quickly spot unauthorized charges, increasing the likelihood that you'll be able to successfully dispute them with your credit card company. Credit cards make it easy to swipe and forget, but just by taking a few extra minutes regularly to check your transaction history can help you stay on budget, catch mistakes early, and improve your spending habits. Mistake number three is underestimating the power of compound interest. Most people know that credit cards charge interest, but what many people don't realize is how quickly that interest can add up if you carry a balance from month to month. Credit card interest is typically charged based on your average daily balance, and most cards have an interest rate of 16 to 25% or even higher. That means that the longer you carry a balance, the more you'll owe, and it can get out of hand fast. Think of it like this. Unpaid interest is like a snowball rolling downhill. At first, it seems small, but with each day that passes, it picks up more and more, growing bigger and faster, becoming harder to stop. What starts as a small balance can quickly turn into something overwhelming, and this is why it's so important to pay your balance in full as often as possible. And if you don't, interest charges can drastically eat away at your finances and cost you hundreds or even thousands of dollars over time. Mistake number four is paying more in fees than the value you're receiving. Some credit cards come with perks like cashback, travel, points, airport lounge access, or other rewards, but those perks often come at a price, usually in the form of an annual fee. And if you're not intentional or you don't have a plan, it's easy to end up paying more in fees than the value you're actually receiving from the card. If you're paying $95, $395, or even more per year for a credit card, but you're not consistently using the benefits that justify the fee, it might not be the right credit card for you, at least for now. Generally, if rewards or perks you'll actually use aren't worth more than the annual fee, it's probably a card that you'll want to pass on. In the beginning, it's usually better to start simple with a no annual fee credit card. And there are plenty of great options out there, like the Chase Freedom Unlimited or the Citi Double Cash, that still offer cash back or points without charging you just to keep the card open. And I've also included referral links down in the description below if you'd like to check either of them out. Over time, once you know what kinds of rewards actually match your lifestyle and you're confident you'll get more value than what you're paying, you can always consider upgrading. At the end of the day, credit cards can be a powerful tool, but only if you use them the right way. See, there's a saying that I love that goes, there ain't no such thing as a free lunch. And that couldn't be more true when it comes to credit cards. For everything, there's always a cost, even if you don't see it right away. Also, one of the most important things I can tell you about credit cards is that they're not for everybody. And what I mean by that is this. If you know you're not in a place where you can use them responsibly, it's better to hold off altogether than to end up stuck in debt or paying interest unnecessarily on things that could have been avoided. Don't fall into the trap of getting fixated on all the shiny benefits, cashback, travel, points, perks, while ignoring the not so visible costs like fees, interest, or the poor spending habits that they can encourage. But when you use them wisely, credit cards can help you build credit, earn valuable rewards, protect your purchases, and more. And speaking of building credit, if you're wondering how to actually raise your credit score and unlock better financial opportunities, that's exactly what I'm covering in my next video. I'll walk you through simple, practical steps that can make a huge difference when it comes to improving your score over time. Make sure to hit that like button if this helped, subscribe if you're new. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.